every time in the playoffs we play the 49ers, everybody knows what's going to happen. We're going to lose like we did last night. It's every time, man. What is going on, people? Welcome back to Brendan's Packer Talk and more. I am your host, Brendan Everett. And yes, unfortunately, we lost for, what was this, the 5th time in a row to the 49ers in the postseason. And the funniest stat I saw was Kyle Shanahan was 0-30 when trailing by 5+ points in the 4th quarter until he plays Green Bay. And until last night, he is now 1-30. Of course, what more fitting way to do it than against the Green Bay Packers? Oh man, that game was beyond frustrating for me to watch. At times it was very exciting, and I was like, okay, we're gonna beat them. We're gonna do it. We're gonna shock the world, and we almost did. But the funny thing I've been hearing all week long. This is going to be a blowout. You guys are 9.5 point underdogs, 10 point underdogs, whatever. Y'all are getting blown out. Y'all can't hang with the Niners. They're too good. Blah, blah, blah. And I don't even want to hear Deebo Samuel was her excuse. We are missing a bunch of men. We were on the next man up mentality because, we were not full as healthy as the Niners were. And I just want to say, yes, we lost 21-24. We fell short. I'm blaming our kicker. I'm blaming some passes thrown from Jordan. It's a whole team problem. I really feel the defense wasn't the main problem. Although if they did make that stop, we would have won the game. But either way, I mean, how many more times can the defense stop them? I mean, you can't put all the pressure on the defense. Offense. I mean, we were in the red zone 3 times in the first half or first quarter or whatever. And we only got 6 points out of it, which is embarrassing. Should have had 21. And I know you can't expect perfection, but you got to at least get 2 touchdowns out of your 3 times in the red zone. 2 touchdowns and a field goal. You got to get points when you're in the red zone. Any which way you can get them. I also didn't like when we went for it on 4th and 1. I thought the ball was over the line. But I could say we could point the game. We could point the loss at the refs. We can go we can do the ifs, buts, that sort of thing. But the reality is we lost, and it's just frustrating. It hurts. It stings. I hate losing to the 49ers, but it doesn't feel like the losses when we had Rodgers. Time was running out. We needed that Super Bowl. Rodgers needed it, and now it just feels like this is kind of like I'm getting a better feeling from this loss than losses prior to this one when we played the 49ers. But like I said before the game, even if we lose, this loss won't define our season, and it still will not define our season. I think the young guys got a bunch of experience now. They're ready for next year. They're going to come out stronger. There's obviously changes that we need to make, whether it's with the special teams coordinator, defensive coordinator. Definitely probably need a new kicker. Probably get some weapons on defense. And maybe look into some running backs, offensive linemen, maybe wide receivers. Probably not. That's not really much of a concern. Tight end's not much of a concern. Locking up Jordan Love for a massive contract and keep him as a franchise guy, which I am 120% on board with that. But yeah, I think, the team showed a lot of fight. This group was very special, as LaFleur said, and sometimes these things don't go your way, and sometimes it stinks, and it stings, but the 49ers have absolutely nothing to be bragging about. They almost lost to us. We played better than them for 58 minutes of the game. That is not a Super Bowl team. I do not care what y'all say. The Ravens will most likely win the Super Bowl, but we'll see. it was fun while it lasted, and at least we got some great experience from it. And we'll be ready next year, and I cannot wait to see next year. Hopefully, make the changes that are necessary, especially for special teams and defense, and we'll be ready. And when time comes next year, and definitely have no concerns for the offense. Just Love needs to make better decisions, plain and simple. He's a young guy. He'll get it, and he'll become more and more perfect as each season goes along. But definitely expecting a way better season next year, and expectations are now kind of high for next year. I'm expecting NFC Championship game. I want it all. Actually, I want Super Bowl, but probably won't get that next year. But heck, you never know. The expectations at least make the NFC Championship game. We got to do one step better. But it starts with making the necessary changes and making the team better, and we'll see how this offseason goes. It's going to be a long offseason, I'll tell you that. A lot of questions. A lot of questions. I need a lot of answers. But, yeah, so, it's frustrating. It happens. Nothing we can do about it as fans except cheer our team on and be with them through this time. And, this season was not a failure. It was an utter success. It was a complete success. It went above and beyond my expectations, A lot of people were saying, this team's garbage, and yet we made the playoffs and won in the wild card round. And, you couldn't ask for much more. At that point, it was like, okay, let's give the 49ers a run for their money. And that's all I wanted to see. Even if we fell short, I am happy with how we performed, except for some things. But I'm happy that we were able to keep it close and not get blown out, because that feels pretty good to not get blown out. And, it was all around just exciting, and it was fun. And, but until next year, and hopefully we can get a better defense, a better special teams unit, and we'll be ready to rock and roll next year. And hopefully the Super Bowl will be ours. And but just some stats for y'all. So we have the leaders for both the Packers and the 49ers with Jordan Love. We'll start with the Packers side. Jordan Love throwing for 194 passing yards. Aaron Jones, 108 rushing yards. Romeo Doubs, 83 receiving yards. Now we go to the other side of the ball. The other team, the 49ers. We have 252 passing yards from Brock Purdy. Christian McCaffrey, 98 rushing yards. Or maybe rushing yards. And George Kittle, 81 receiving yards. Now we go to the team stats. Packers with 21 points. 49ers with 24 points. Packers with 20 first downs. 49ers with 19 first downs. Packers with 330 offensive yards. 49ers with 356 offensive yards. Packers with 136 rushing yards. 49ers with 111 rushing yards. Packers with 194 passing yards. 49ers with 245 passing yards. Packers with 2 interceptions. To the 49ers, 0 interceptions. Packers with a 53.8 third down conversion rate. 49ers with a 62.5 third down conversion rate. Packers with 1 penalty. 49ers with 6 penalties. Both teams had no fumbles, and the 49ers got sacked once. So, and then Jordan Love threw for 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Like it said, 194 yards. Romeo Doubs, couple receptions, 83 receiving yards, yeah. Jonesy with 108 yards, no touchdowns, 18 attempts. There were definitely also some missed opportunities. Darnell Savage dropping the pick that could have actually been a pick 6, in my opinion. Nixon just couldn't get his hands on it, but he made a good play. And this team, it's going to be scary for years to come. That's the least I could say. And this team looks like it's a team that can win a couple Super Bowls at least. And we just got to make the necessary changes and play our brand of football and keep sticking with it. And I love how this team is like all the teammates, everybody's just so united and they care for one another, and it's not just everybody does their own thing, and they actually care for the development and growth of one another, and they all love each other, and you can clearly see that with this team on the sidelines, and they're a team. And I don't know what LaFleur's been preaching, but he's doing a great job at coaching and making this team be a team and sticking together even when it gets hard. And yeah, this loss is it's gonna sting a little bit, but it's not really stinging as much for me. I mean, I didn't even expect to be in the playoffs, to be honest with you. I thought maybe 8-8, 8-9, maybe 9-8 best record, and we got 9-8. But I was expecting at least 8 wins, but I wasn't expecting a playoff berth. So it was fun while it lasted, and hopefully we won't be fighting for our lives next year, and we'll just be easily in the playoffs, and hopefully we'll make a deeper run, and we'll be ready for when time comes. And at least the guys got some experience. We'll get more healthy, and hopefully we'll draft some good guys. Looking at defensive backs for sure. Maybe some more pass rushers. We'll have to see. But yeah, maybe some running backs, defense coordinator change, special teams coordinator change. I love Rich, but man, some of the things just aren't going right. Kicker for sure. Yeah, if we get some of these little things cleaned up, we're going to be ready. We're going to be a complete football team, and it's going to be scary for years to come. Because this is the first year where we actually saw the LaFleur offense, and it was pretty solid. I just think Love needs to make better decisions, and he will. He'll get better. But, nobody expected us to be this far. Nobody expected us to be in that close of a game with the 49ers. In my opinion, this is a win. This season's a win. We got our Super Bowl by beating the Cowboys. That was our Super Bowl. We're fine. We're going to be great for next year. I don't see why it would become a problem next year, unless we don't make the necessary changes. But as long as we make changes and progressively get better, who knows how far this team can go? Who knows how many Super Bowls this team can win? I'm very excited for the future. I'm very excited. And I mean that genuinely. And, we'll see what happens next. This offseason is going to be key. This offseason is going to be huge. I'm going to give you full coverage on it. I'm going to give you coverage to the best of my ability. School and stuff is going on. So I might not be able to make videos all the time, but, I'm going to try to do my best. And, anyways, that's it. There's nothing more left to say. We gave them our best shot and fell a little short, but that's okay. I thought we were the better team. I thought we played them really well. I thought I was reading you off the stats. I thought most of ours looked better than theirs, and team stats. And, I don't think what Brock Purdy is doing, and no hate to Brock Purdy. I respect him and everything, but if you put, any quarterback really in that system, most quarterbacks in that system would succeed and have those kind of numbers. Put Jordan Love in that system, man. I think he's doing above and beyond what Brock Purdy's doing. And no hate to Brock Purdy, but I don't know. I'm not very impressed with the 49ers and how they played. I thought we were better than them. They just got a little bit more weapons, and that's all it is. And we were at their home. If they were at our home, it might have been a different story. But it happens. You fall short. I really thought we were the better team. I really thought it was a winnable game, honestly. But we just fell short. The only team that has really beaten us this year is ourselves. For at least the second half and beyond of the season, we've only beaten ourselves. No team has actually beaten us. First half of the season, it was a different story. Teams were actually beating us. But the second half, I think it was just all us. It was all a mental thing. And I think it continues to just be a mental thing. We're beating ourselves. No team's really coming out there and destroying us anymore. You clearly saw in the second half of the season, we were keeping games close. We were figuring ourselves out. We were learning what works and what doesn't work. And this offseason, it's going to be room for improvement, room for growth. And just like Jordan Love said. But anyways, get ready. Buckle your chin straps for the rest of the playoffs. Enjoy it. don't stop watching the playoffs because your team is out. This is going to be exciting. There's some couple games going on today, and it's going to be fun, interesting, and it was a great season from our team. You couldn't ask for much more. And as always, I'm going to say what Tom says. If you're not a Packers fan, it sure does help, man. It really does. As always, go Pack, go. We're going to be fine. Next year, we're going to be so much better. I can guarantee it. As long as we make the necessary changes and we get better players this offseason. As always, go Pack, go. I love this team. I love the fight I saw. I love this group. Let's keep it going for next year. And this season was a success. And there's no doubt about it. And we almost beat the 49ers. We will live. We are A-okay. This team is going to be fine. We're going to be fine, fans. We have so much to look forward to. We have a great future with I can see, I can believe, I can smell it, I can taste it, I can feel those couple of Super Bowls coming our way. And they will be coming back to Lombardi Avenue. And they will be in Green Bay. The Lombardi trophies coming back to Lambeau Field. Oh, I can see it now. Jordan Love, couple Super Bowls. 2 or 3 at least. We're fine, guys. Go Pack, go. I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace out. Like, comment, subscribe. Now, peace out.